Yeah, we can finally get to our flagship and our prestigious Asshole of the Year award. This is our fourth annual Asshole of the Year award. This
Yeah.
is actually the fourth year we've been doing a podcast
Holy
in
shit.
the
It's
month
already
of
been 4
December.
years, huh?
We
Four
started,
Decembers, huh?
yeah, we started in September of 2019. Little did we know there would be a global pandemic around the corner. Little did we know there would be a lockout for the majority of the next off or one of the next off seasons. So we've had an interesting ride here as we started this podcast for sure. But
Yeah,
one
we've
thing that's
probably talked about more finances on a baseball podcast than we ever imagined.
I can't imagine that sounds so awful to me now to try to do, but at the time I love talking about every moment of it. So
Yeah, I know.
maybe when you're in the moment, it's more it's more
and we had
enjoyable
nothing
than
else to do really. We were
yeah,
all locked up.
that was part of it. So but yes, we are now to a fourth Asshole of the Year award. Former winners of our illustrious dishonor started with Addison Russell. Then it was, of course, Rob Manfred, which we could probably just name the award after him at this
Yes.
point. But last year, of course, was the entire New York Mets organization, which still makes me laugh because they had like 7 different assholes of the week throughout
Yes.
the 2021 season.
The New York mess.
Yes. This year, the obvious award winner, for at least in my mind, it would be Fernando Tatis Jr.,
Ah, yes.
who is not once but twice an asshole of the week in 2022. The first time for crashing his motorcycle and injuring his wrist, which took him out for the first half of the season.
Unfucking believable.
When he was asked about it, had to ask which one of
Yeah,
the motorcycle crashes was the reporter referring to.
Oh God, yes, that's one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, he followed that up by the time he was about ready to return from said wrist injury. Followed that up with a 80-game PED suspension, which is just unreal. On top of that, he was the emerging face of baseball. He was amongst the most popular players in the league. He was the most commodifiable player. He was on the cover of video games and everything else.
Yeah,
Major League Baseball could throw him on.
Preseason shot that DQ commercial, like he was gonna have a regular for the like all-star like game DQ shit. He's on all all-star promotions. I mean, he's everywhere.
He has played a
yet
total,
he's nowhere.
And yet he's nowhere. He has played a total of 273 Major League Baseball games in his life. And he is the owner of a $340 million contract. And he didn't play a single game in this past season because he's a fucking asshole. Twice over. It was the most slam dunk asshole of the year nomination, at least in my mind. There are others we could talk about. I don't know if you have others you want to mention, or if you'd like to continue to pile on to Fernando Tatis Jr.
I think Fernando Tatis Jr. doesn't have respect for the game. He doesn't have respect for his teammates. This goes back to that whole idea we've often talked about with the White Sox and giving those contracts out early, where you have this guaranteed money. So do you have to perform?
He doesn't have to do anything ever again.
What's my incentive? I'm getting paid whether I break my wrist in a motorcycle accident or I'm out there playing 162 games or whatever, he plays for the season. I think a lot of, they just don't a lot of baseball players, these younger kids, they just don't appreciate what they have. And he's definitely hasn't shown. I mean, we don't know what's going on in his head, so I'm not going to sit here and
he is still quite young.
He's very young. He's immature. Yeah, immature is accurate. And he doesn't realize 100% doesn't realize how lucky he is. And, I'm sure his teammates will welcome him back with open arms this year, but is he going to really be on the San Diego Padres this year?
That is another question,
which is something we started to talk about pre-show, because when they signed Xander Bogaerts,
inexplicably out of the
yes,
blue, no one saw it coming. That the crazy San Diego Padres that are spending stupid money left and right, which
yeah.
I would love
Well,
for
they
my
got to
teams.
dump something over there. They got to dump something. I think. I feel like they will, just for, not because they don't have the money to spend. Obviously, they have the money to spend, but just for, like, you know, getting something off the books. But
Well, I don't even think it's the books. I think it's getting that kind of cancer out of their clubhouse. Have the Padres turn their back now on Fernando Tatis and have a backup plan with Xander Bogaerts, which is a pretty damn good backup plan now.
it's really, if you're gonna have a backup plan, when I look at the history of baseball, usually a backup plan is like some sort of like utility individual, but who may
Yeah.
have like a lot of upside.
Yeah.
No, not in this case. We're
Xander
just taking
Bogaerts.
all-star. Let's just
Yeah.
insert another all-star here.
Yeah, a 5.5, 6 WAR player last year.
Yeah.
That'll kind of work. So yeah, that makes a little more sense now when you think things through from the Padres' perspective, that they might have to just trade away this asshole of the year. And I've seen that the Yankees might be involved with a potential trade. I don't know if that's coming from Yankee side or just regular speculation or where that's coming from. That seems to make some sense to me, but it's just unbelievable what he has done in the span of less than 1 year. It is 100% worth our asshole of the year award.
Definitely.
The next question. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I just think the Padres owe the White Sox a trade for just a below average pitcher for Fernando Tatis.
That actually works well with my next question. Maybe this is an asshole question, but did the White Sox actually win the James
Well,
Shields
I
Fernando
mean,
Tatis Jr. trade? I think we joked about that earlier.
Yeah, we did. We did.
But...
We said, well, we had an episode where I'm like, we won the trade. We won the trade when the PD announcement came out. I mean, I think only time will tell.
I think one thing you could say is in those 273 games, not even 2 full seasons as a professional Major League Baseball player, Tatis has amassed a 13.5 WAR.
Yeah,
which is insane. So I'm not sure what James Shields amassed
I'm
with his.
I'm gonna guess, and you do some quick ciphering here. I'm gonna guess that's probably around 16 to 17 higher than James Shields. So I think you know what I'm
There's
going.
some quick math right there.
Yeah,
there's might be a negative number.
That's a negative number
Shields.
involved.
We should look that up. What James Shields' career Sox WAR. That'll be fun. So yeah, that'd be a good way to punctuate the show.
In 237 games, he definitely did more than James Shields did in his season and a half with the White Sox.
Word Hole Media.